In 1999, the US recorded music market was worth $21.9 billion. dollars. In 2024, it reached $29.6 billion. dollars. On paper, that looks like growth until you account for inflation. Adjusted to $1999, the 2024 figure is worth 15.4 billion US dollars, meaning the US music industry has lost nearly 30% of its real value over the past 25 years. At the same time, the global balance of power has shifted. Artists across Asia, Latin America, and Europe are building thriving ecosystems at home. K pop, J pop, Mando pop, and Latin urban music are commanding massive local markets, with many of their acts now crossing over to North America on their own terms. BTS, Peso Pluma, Fujikaze, and even newer groups like Le Sserafim are proving that you no longer need to be American to dominate global charts. Faced with stagnant growth and the rise of self sufficient foreign markets, the big three US labels, Universal, Warner, Sony, and gatekeepers like Billboard and Spotify, are quietly redrawing the rules to put more barriers between the US market and foreign acts. In the following sections, we'll unpack how each of these players, Universal, Spotify, Billboard, and Warner, are implementing systems that protect the market share while raising the barrier of entry for foreign acts trying to penetrate the US market, including BTS and other K pop groups preparing for the next American era. First, Spotify seems to be evolving into a marketing platform. After years of losses, Spotify finally reported gains, and they did it by throwing out objectivity in the window. While they still continue to stream music, sure, but they found their goal by being a marketing agency. Here are some marketing programs they now offer. Spotify's official campaign kit bundles. If you opt into this service, Spotify will pitch your songs to playlists, many of which they also own, like today's top hits, the biggest playlist in Spotify. You also get recommended more. They claim you will only get recommended to people that listen to songs similar to yours. There's also standard ads like marquee or full screen sponsored recommendations and showcase banner placements on home. All are natively managed in Spotify for artists, and each nudges attention towards whoever is paying and performing inside Spotify's system. This is great for targeted reach, but it blurs the editorial versus paid line that charts and press still treat as neutral listening. Spotify also announced a video podcast distribution tie up with Netflix. They said that this is going to start in 2026. While that's a podcast first thing, it signals a broader distribution mindset. Spotify will syndicate high attention formats off platform if it grows the pie. Expect more creator centric monetization that favors those plugged into Spotify's marketing rails. So, how is this going to affect foreign acts? US velocity now often requires a paid layer on Spotify at strategic moments. If you ignore Campaign Kit while your US competitors fund it, you're playing uphill. Billboard tie-ins Hot 100 recurrency rules. Effective with charts dated October 25, Billboard added new age caps to flush slow decliners. If you have been in the charts for more than 20 weeks and you are below 50, you're out. If you are at number 25 or below after 26 weeks, you're out. If you've been in the charts for 52 weeks and you are below top 10, you're out. If you've been in the charts for 78 weeks and you are below number 5, you're out. But the bigger question is why? Well, number one, to keep charts looking dynamic. The Billboard Hot 100 and Billboard 200 have both been clogged with long running titles like Blinding Lights, Levitating, often blocking new entries from gaining visibility. By tightening the rules, Billboard ensures that charts appear fresh and fast moving, which makes them more engaging to readers, sponsors, and the media. Second, to reclaim narrative control. For the last few years, fan driven fandoms, especially from K pop, Latin, and indie acts, have been able to keep songs afloat through organized streaming and purchasing campaigns. Now, the window is shortened during which these fandoms can influence the chart. That limits fandom powered longevity, a system that Billboard and US labels can't directly monetize or predict, and recenters the chart around traditional radio and paid marketing cycles, which are easier for labels to control. Number three, to align with streaming platform behaviors. Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube's recommendation algorithms prioritize recency. Billboard's adjustment mirrors this life cycle. It rewards early surges and penalizes lower organic climbs, which disproportionately benefits major label acts with heavy launch budgets. Fourth, to boost perceived new hits volume. Advertisers, playlist curators, and media buyers rely on Billboard data to decide what's hot. If too many old titles stay on the chart, the pipeline of new hits shrinks. And that's bad for everyone selling ads, syncs, and radio rotation. And the quiet part. It's about protecting label economics. When catalog and fandom driven acts dominate charts for months, they don't generate new licensing fees or promotional budgets. Labels prefer a fast churn, more debuts, more campaigns, more marketing spend. The new rules help force that cycle, keeping the market in motion and label revenue tied to new releases. Universal moves creator marketing in house. Universal Music Group has officially entered the influencer economy, not as a client, but as a platform owner. The company recently launched House of Carmen, its own creator marketing app that directly connects influencers to UMG's roster of artists and brands. At first glance, it looks like just another campaign platform, but its real purpose is far more strategic. For decades, media coverage shaped music narratives, which acts mattered, which albums were more important, and who got written into pop culture. That power has shifted. Creators and influencers are now the new journalists and marketers. They can make or break a release, set the tone of public discourse, and push fan conversations in real time. And through House of Carmen, UMG is effectively paying the new journalists directly. And even better, everything happens in their system. They can track engagement without ever having to leave their ecosystem. Everything from payout to analytics, they have full visibility and control. It's an elegant form of media consolidation disguised as creator empowerment. UMG can manufacture public sentiment through paid creator networks that appear grassroots. If you are a foreign act signed in Universal, you are guaranteed exposure within a well funded ecosystem. On the other hand, access is now gated by Universal's platform. They will continue to favor who they want to favor. Warner's full stack label thesis. Warner Music Group CEO Robert Kinsell is saying the quiet part out loud. Major labels need to look more like IP studios. Think Marvel for music, monetizing characters, stories, and worlds across formats and services, including AI native revenue lines. They need to create IPs initially based on the artists and then develop independently so that they can continue to earn without the direct involvement of the artists. And you know who is set up like that? Hybe. They have mastered the IP economy, creation of characters, assets, designs, merch. Now, the characters and the narratives, characters, games that were initially attached to BTS, developed around their characters, are now independent, forging partnerships and getting licensed without the direct involvement of BTS. And the US majors adopting that playbook means they'll compete using the Korean playbook. Labels versus AI, from fighting to licensing. After 2023's viral AI Drake and the Weekend incident, which I think was titled Heart on My Sleeve, many leaned into takedowns. But now, They're moving into structured licensing and model training deals. Realizing they can't stop it, they decided it's just better to monetize AI output without ceding artistic integrity. Practically, it's a shift from a whack a mole to if you can stop it, standardize and charge it. The West still matters, but the center is shifting. For all the disruptions, the Western market still holds enormous weight. Its desirability has always been tied to its size. The US alone remains the largest music market in the world, and charting here still carries cultural and commercial prestige. But what's fueling this new global wave is partly the freshness. K pop, Latin, and Asian acts are thriving because they're offering something new, something Western pop hasn't delivered in a long time. New sounds, new aesthetics, a sense of discovery, and even when music fuses Western elements, it comes with different textures, linguistic nuance, choreography, storytelling, and emotion that feel less calculated and more alive. That's what audiences are responding to. Instead of engaging with that creative shift, Western institutions are focusing on containment, tightening chart systems, privatizing creator networks, and internalizing marketing to keep power centralized. The emphasis has shifted from content to control, from experimentation to efficiency. But culture doesn't grow through control, it grows through collaboration, influence, openness. These policies may make it harder for foreign acts to gain mainstream media coverage or chart access in the short term, but they won't stop their rise. The conversation has already moved elsewhere to social media. Soon enough, it's going to be the metaverse, third spaces, creator platforms where algorithms and communities, not gatekeepers, decide what's worth hearing. And in that environment, the same strategies that once made BTS, Bad Bunny, and Peso Pluma global can and will continue to thrive. The music industry may be shrinking in value, but creatively, the world is expanding. These policies may make it harder for foreign acts to get mainstream coverage or even access the chart in the short term, but I definitely do not think it's going to stop them from gaining ground in the US, from becoming more popular and selling more and filling up stadiums and arenas. After all, I think the conversation has already moved elsewhere, definitely away from mainstream media and into social media. I like calling social media 2.0 the metaverse, third spaces or fandom spaces and creator platforms. And in those spaces, it's the algorithm and the voices of the community that actually dictate the narrative. It's not the gatekeepers anymore, not Billboard, not mainstream media, not Spotify. In that environment, the same strategies that made BTS and Peso Pluma and Bad Bunny global can and will thrive, even if the music industry seems like it is shrinking. Creatively, I think it is definitely expanding. And an even bigger thing to consider is how the music industry of other countries are actually expanding. um, I think if the biggest music apparatus of the West still isn't able to contain BTS in their return, because I think that's the biggest test of these new rules that are being set in place. I think after all these new systems and new rules, BTS continues to dominate. I think the music industry and the labels and the streaming platforms and mainstream media will simply have to accept the harder truth. And that is, it isn't the foreign acts that will need to adapt, it's the system and the industry itself. I would love to hear your thoughts. Leave them in the comment section below. As always, you can say whatever it is that you want to say. Just please do so respectfully. And also consider donating to the channel. You should see the QR code on your screen right now. We already opened the asianentertainmentandculture.com magazine, and that is an online magazine, but it's on a soft launch, hopefully by next month or later this month we will be able to do a hard launch or formal launch. Also, please follow me on any of the social media links that you see on your screen right now: Instagram, X, but more importantly on Patreon, because that's where the community is. We have lots of great conversations happening, and we welcome anybody. If you just want to have fun, find people that have the same interests as you, we do have a free tier just in case you want to try things out. And please also consider supporting or being a member of the YouTube channel. I have a members only exclusive live stream once a week, and also exclusive videos that don't become public. And that is it. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification button. But the most important thing is to share the video, share the channel, send it to your friends, to your family members, to your exes. Leave a link on your social media, on your email, messaging app, everywhere.